As we mentioned earlier, Ron DeSantis dropping out of the race for the Republican nomination brings up the question about any fallout for Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, who went out of her way, kind of went on a limb to endorse the Florida governor and going away from tradition. So with that in mind, let's go live right now in the studio to KWW reporter David Warrington with more on any takeaways that we can see here in Iowa against the governor after she kind of broke that tradition and endorsed Ron DeSantis.
Well, Ron, it's somewhat difficult to say exactly how this will impact the governor here in Iowa, but it is something that's interesting to follow after her chosen candidate was unable to cut into former President Trump's big polling advantage in the Iowa caucus. Now, despite her endorsement, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was unable to break into former President Trump's lead in any meaningful way here in Iowa. On caucus night, he placed a distant second with 21% support behind Trump's 51% support. Earlier today, KWWL political analyst Dr. Chris Larimer explained the potential impact for Governor Reynolds here in our state.
That's one of those questions that's out there, along with just the effect of endorsements. That's one of the things we really don't have a good measure on yet. And so I think it's hard to say, but given how popular she has been among Republicans in the state over the last several years, I'd be surprised if there are any sort of long-term negative impacts for her among statewide Republicans.
Dr. Larimer also explained that it is generally unusual to see a candidate who finished as the runner-up in Iowa drop out ahead of the New Hampshire primary. And however, it is also unusual for one candidate to hold such a strong advantage over the rest of the field, as we saw from former President Trump in this caucus. Ron?
Now, David, good job there. Thanks very much. Now, Donald Trump plans to be at an event tonight with his former rivals in New Hampshire. That will take place tonight. Scott will be there, Ramaswamy, and Ron DeSantis will be there as well, we're told.